Hi everyone, it's Alan here once again. Yeah, getting reports of about petrol. It's been on the news nationally in the UK. Yeah, I need to. Well, what I have to tell you is this: there is nothing wrong with the. I'll get this right. There is plenty of fuel, right, at the refineries and storage facilities. But the major problem is it's from the storage places to the petrol station. The UK at this moment in time does not have enough tanker drivers. Yeah, that's the major problem. This is the reason why the filling stations are basically EG Group are limiting petrol and diesel to £30 worth of fuel. And the major problem is that, as I said, it's tanker drivers. They can't get them. They just cannot get them because what happened was a lot of HVG drivers were mainly European, and the wages were slightly higher here for them. But the other major problem was HGV drivers wouldn't take the jobs, people who could drive lorries here, because it was the wages that they were being offered. They thought that the wages weren't good enough. That's why some of the Europeans drove vehicles here, because they knew it was a lot higher. The pay was a lot higher here than in their home country. So they could have, they could have a job. Yeah, it's also started with, in some areas, food shortages, and that has started being a bit of a problem. But the thing is, they're talking about bringing the army to drive lorries, because that's, well, they have to drive lorries anyway, but those are mainly like lorries, like troop carriers and stuff. But a lorry is a lorry, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I've been looking at Take a Walk on the Wild Side's video. Really enjoyed the fireworks display from the fireworks championships. Gotta admit, there's a lot of firework displays going on at this moment in time. There's one going to be in Blackburn in October at Corporation Park. And as I know of, there's going to be one in Southport Victoria Park fireworks show there. So it looks like the pyrotechnic people are going to have a bit of a busy time of it with these firework festivals. And then there's Witton Park in Blackburn. I don't know what's going to happen this year, if the council are going to have their annual bonfire. Because I do know last year, I think it was last year, I think it got called off. Correct me in the comments section. Yeah, so this year's going to be a pretty interesting one. Is there going to be a shortage of fireworks? I don't know, because last year there were plenty of fireworks. Because I reckon sometimes they keep some of the stock from years before of what they didn't sell, and so they don't have to make as many. I don't know if it's going to be the same for this year, but we'll soon see. We'll soon find out anyway. Yeah. Tonight it's been pretty windy, and it's going to get pretty wet. I didn't do a video on Sunday because I didn't go anywhere, and yeah, and I got to thinking that you just had enough of me walking around Blackburn town centre. We'll see what happens. Yeah, and I'd like to say a big massive thank you to all my subscribers. You lot I really I really appreciate your support, and if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. And yeah, big massive shout out to Take a Walk on the Wild Side, also Blackpool and Beyond, Liker, Old Blackpool Biker, Colin Building Blackpool Better, Visit Fylde Coast, Helen's Crowd Loud and Proud, PT Vlogs, who else? Beyond the Edge, really enjoyed the last video. Different. Also, who else was there? Blackpool Beyond. And I'm having trouble think, Visit Fylde Coast, and Colin Building Blackpool Better. Yeah, sometimes I have a bit of a relapse, like, remembering who to give shout outs to. Well, a big massive shout out to all the bloggers in Blackpool. Also a big massive shout out to all the bloggers out there. Yeah. Well, Blackburn. Where do I start? Absolute dump. They started building some new housing projects in, well, they'll be about a quarter way up, or coming up to finishing very soon. bank top. They're talking about placing some new houses on Preston Old Road, the upper end of Preston Old Road, King Street area. So where the Griffin pub used to be. They're talking about putting a row of houses there, which were originally. There used to be houses along there until the council bulldozed them, and across from that used to be the Griffin Inn. That's gone. So what they're going to do is build houses all the way across there, for what I've been hearing. But we'll see what happens, because there's quite a fair bit of green space there, and on that what that green space is now used to be loads of terraced houses. But we'll see what happens. Are they going to put bungalows there? We'll wait and see. Yeah, it is pretty blustery outside, and yeah, it's a bit horrible. I didn't put. Can't remember. Did I put? I don't think I put a video up on Sunday. No, I didn't. And hopefully tomorrow we'll do a video, or later on today, shall I say. Yeah, I just hope everybody's keeping alright, keeping safe, and yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. Yeah. The hotel, I think it's Metropole, has been given 3 months. 3 months to clean their act up, so that Afghans can stay there. Well, we'll see what happens. Britannia Hotels, the slum hotels of the industry. Yeah. And the Hilton is, well, they put in a planning application to extend. That's very nice, isn't it? So the Hilton's doing pretty well. Well, when they do that, they can basically do it as a tax write-off. That's what they usually do for that. But the major thing is now, it's time for Blackpool Council to get rid of all the crappy hotels. That's the reason why the conferences have moved out. That's the reason why the conferences won't come back, because the hotels are so crappy. They're not up to, a lot of them aren't Equality Act compliant for their wheelchair access and stuff. A lot of the so-called boarding houses, you couldn't get a wheelchair in there. Not a chance. Especially the older ones. God, Bennett, you'd have to put a stair lift in. And they're expensive. But imagine if you had a fire. Gee whiz. And you're in a wheelchair. You'll be effed in one of them places. places. How would you get out? That would be an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. You know? What did he do? Stick you in a wheelchair and shove you down the stairs? You know? God, Bennett. Imagine if you had more than one. Jeez. I wouldn't want to think about it. You know? Well, jeez. That's not worth thinking about, is it? Gee whiz. Well, we'll see what happens with that. See if some of the hotels get shut down. Because I really do feel that a lot of them haven't had Equality Act inspections. Oh well. We'll see what happens. Well, I'm going to bugger off now and get some kip. And hopefully we'll put you another video up soon. Bye for now. 3, 2, 1, click.